Hi, I'm Evita Myriam, and welcome to the Relationship Compatibility session. Of course, for any relationship to work out, there need to be two people, and these two people need to be knowing each other, right? One of the major ways to have a good relationship is to know the other person. You have to know and understand and respect and not try to change them. This is the main ingredient for a good communication, you know. People, one of the problems when we meet someone, we start pushing buttons and, oh, you did this and you said this. And this is mainly because in the beginning, it's like a business deal. When two people meet, all the rules are set. It's like, oh, I like to go to the cinema. I like to sleep early. I like to eat vegan. I don't know. So these people just they set the rules. They agree that they're attracted to each other, and there's a chemistry. The attraction is not because of the rules, but they set the rules, and then what happens is often one of the person changes a rule, and this is cause for criticism, and then, but we change. It's not possible to stay the same. It's not possible to like the same things all our lives. And when we set the rules, it doesn't mean that forever we will be the same or that we will never change. So we have to, and also we present ourselves in a certain way when we meet someone, right? We present ourselves in the best way, in our best. We will never say, oh, I love to watch dystopic films on TV, on Netflix, or you're like, "Oh, I love Louis Malle, Eric Romer." You will say the most intellectual, or if you're on, people, they're not all hiding these kind of things. They're not hiding. For example, I like, all beautiful old films, but I also like the dystopic films. That's not my point of hiding. But we all have our things that we're hiding. We're hiding them from ourselves and from the other. So the best way to have a compatible relationship is to get to understand the other person. Now, Arithmosophy can really help understanding the other person and can help you understand what it is that what is your style, who you are, and what you want from life. So there is what we're looking at in reality is we're looking at our life path number, right? Our life path number is the addition of the day, the month, and the year, is the birth date, the whole birth date. For example, if you're born in 1997, you measure 10th of March, you go 1 plus 0 plus 3, which is March, plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 7. You don't say I was born in 97 and you forget to add the 1, 9. Or if someone was born after 2000, they don't forget to add the 2. So you add the whole birth date and you get your life path number, right? This is your life path number. We have done this in Pollux, in Purpose and Plan, in Know Yourself, Your Purpose and Bloom, in all the programs. So this is basic, the life path. So the people, we change after the age of 49, we change a lot, and another number sets in. For example, a person may be number 5, which means they like to meet people, they like to change, they like to travel. And then they become number 6, which is nurturing, it's more loving, more homey, creative, intuitive, but homey. So they change a lot. So you have to take this into account as well. But for example, if you're a 5 and what you really need is someone who expresses themselves, If you're a 3, you need someone who expresses themselves. If you need that. Even if you change and you become a 6 or an 8 or a 7, you need that. You need some qualities of your life path. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So that's why we are studying our life path number. and we will mainly look at the life path number of the other person, because the life path is the line of least resistance, right? For example, you may have my soul number, for example, is 7, which is a number that wants spirituality, that wants, that wants study. Of course, this is compatible with my life path. But if it were not compatible with my life path, then I might be attracted to someone who is 7 or who has these characteristics for that. But this is only part of me. This is part of us. The greater part is our life path number. So let's see now what it means, which numbers go with which, right? So a number 1, of course, if a person is very advanced, a very, very advanced soul, right? I mean, yeah, they can't really, they're not a good match with everyone, but they have developed more the higher qualities. So I suppose they match with more people. So if you're a number 1, that means you relate well with a 3 and a 5, because the number 1 is, it loves to change, loves to drive, has a driving force, is innovative, etc., etc. And the number 3 loves to spread magic in the world, to make everyone feel their divinity in them, right? And the number 5 loves change, travel, loves to love. But number 1 can be compatible as a friend with a number 7, but not really as a lover or as a companion. Because number 7 is also like number 1, it is also mental and etc., etc. It's a bit more mental than number 1, much more mental. But number 7 is also a little bit arrogant. I mean, the negative aspect of number 7 and number 1 are both a bit arrogant. Number 1 is a bit arrogant because they feel they're the leader. Number 7 are a bit arrogant because they feel they're more refined. So it's very difficult for those two to be very compatible. So if you have a relationship if you're in this relationship, it's better if it is a friendship and not a relationship, right? So if you're number 2, number 2 is more passive, more feminine. It doesn't mean feminine, but the feminine qualities, right? More practical, more detailed, more assisting. And the number 2 has the problem of, not speaking at the right time, and they accumulate, and then they explode. So number 2 relates well with a 9 that is emotional as well. Number 9 is also about cooperation. It's the brotherhood of man number. It's like wants the group. Number 9 is humanitarian. So number 2 and number 9 can go very well together. Number 2 can also be very good business partner with a number 8, because the number 8 is the true leader, and number 2 is the great partner, right? With a number 5, number 2, there's too much passion, because number 2 wants to be in a relationship, and number 5 is very loving, and so there's too much passion between a number 2 and number 5. Now, if you're number 3, number 3 goes well with quite a few numbers. It goes well with 5, because 3 and 5 are a very good match, because 3 is, 3 is inspiring, is a peacemaker, joyful. Number 5 also is mental, intelligent, enthusiastic, loves to change, loves to travel. And so they're a very good match. Also, a good match for number 3 is number 7, because 3 is also, expressing with words very well. It's the number of expression, usually with words. And number 7 is the number of the author. So number 7 has to write books, so they're very compatible, mental compatible. And number 1, 3 and 5 are very volatile. They change. They love to change. So number 1 also goes well. And number 3 can go with number 2. I mean, it's better for number 2 than it's for number 3, right? We can see that better for number 3, because number 2 is going to be passive and it's going to be like a follower to number 3. And also, for example, if you have a relationship of a number 1 and a number 2, that's tricky because you have to understand the forces. The force of 1 is masculine, the force of 2 is feminine. Great, you can say, fantastic, as long as the number 2 wants to be following number 1 always. But if number 2 doesn't want to be always following, and number 1 is a bit pushy, and number 2 doesn't express themselves, there's going to be eruptions. So it's a hard match. And then we have number 4. Number 4 is more practical, reliable, homey. They love the home. The home is their heaven. So number 4 goes very well with the number 1, because number 1 is innovative, because number 4 is also is an academic type. They can go far with knowledge and with academia, and they like science. They don't believe blindly. They need proof. So number 4 will go very well with the number 1, because the number 1 is and does action, takes action, does things, is a doer. So number 4 is practical. Number 1 is a doer. It's a good match. Number 8 and number 4 are very, very good match, because number 8 is practical as well, is steady, is a big leader. So number 4 and number 8 are very good match. Number 6 and number 4 are amazing together, because number 6 also loves the home very much. If they have a family, number 6 and number 4 are going to have a great home, a great family together. The conflicts will be, you have to understand the conflicts, because, for example, number 4 doesn't believe blindly. Number 6 is highly intuitive, which means believes in the intuition they have, not only in what books write or what proof there is. So that's going to be their conflict. The 6 is going to be intuitive. The 4 is going to be, skeptical a little bit, right? And then number 4 and number 7 are very, very well matched together, because 4 is steady, loves the home, 7 likes a refined home, and 7 is also academic and intelligent, intellectual. 4 and 7 are, they love study. They love, even if you find people who don't love study, they're 4 and 7, they're very mental. So they go very well together. Now for number 6 is intuitive, is nurturing, intuitive and creative. Loves the family, loves the home, is a good friend. So number 6 goes very well with the number 2, that is a good partner, right? Number 6 and number 2 are a really good match. Number 6 goes with the number 8 and with the number 9. Because number 6 is intuitive, so number 9 is also intuitive, is also humanitarian. So they are very well, they can create something very good for humanity or for themselves, something valuable. So number 7, they get in relationship or get married older in life, not young, because the number 7 is mental. Totally, they're good analysts. They're good authors. They're mental types, and they are refined. They look down a little bit on others. They consider others to be a little bit, not. They wonder, why are people like this? How can they be feeding themselves like this? Why do they dress like that? They're very, very, they're not snobs, but they're in a way a kind of an intellectual snob. Number 7 will close themselves and open to the public, let's say if they're teachers, and they will spread knowledge and pearls, but then they close and you can't get to them. They open up to you. You cannot open up, you cannot initiate openness to number 7. So number 7 is like that. So because they are finding everyone to be a little bit vulgar, not vulgar, but coarse, you know, because they are in reality. I'm sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off. So because they're a little bit like that, they find people a bit coarse. That's why they will not be. What is happening with my This is my Outlook. It's telling me that my session is starting now, which starts 20 minutes ago. Perhaps because it's American and it has the time changed in the US today. So so number 7 marries older. They get married older because they're very hard to please, you know, they're difficult. So they go very well with the 3 and a 5, both numbers, but they need to first cultivate all inclusiveness, you know, to be inclusive. If they're not inclusive, then, you know, it's going to be hard for them to find someone. So number 8 is the true leader, is intuitive. They love to construct things. If you're number 8, then number 8 it's a higher number. It's very intelligent. Is a true leader, knows what to do in a crisis, relates to the Buddhic. It's you know, it's a very intelligent human being, you know, a true leader. They don't like to be working with others. They're a bit of bulldozers. They like go over you, you know. They're a little bit, you know, it's a bumpy road with them. So number 8, you know, is a bit oppressive. You know, if they don't watch it, they can be oppressive. So they go with the numbers 2, 6, and 4 because 2 is very passive, and they can take the number 8 oppression, you know, or force. And number 6, they're very, very creative and intuitive and also very stable and nurturing. So they will nurture number 8 and they will be happy with the number 8. They want stability and hominess, and number 4 as well. So 2, 6, 4, they want stability, hominess, and nurturing. So they will be great with the number 8. And number 9 is, you know, number 9 is emotional, is passionate, is drama queen. Sometimes they're very dramatic, a lot of emotions, you know. And number 9 is very humanitarian. Number 9 is the one who is going to help everyone who is in need. They will help. Like if you need something, and number 9 will get it for you, will help you, even if they know you very little bit. And their problem is they need to learn how to take care of themselves first and to give from their shine, from their excess, to give to others. Otherwise, they get depleted, they get exhausted, they get very angry because no one understands them, especially their friends and loved ones. They don't understand why they give so much. And they don't give to themselves. They don't give to their home, to their immediate, you know, to their companions, but they give to their parents, to their friends, to strangers. So they may get into arguments. These are the kind of problems number 9s may have. So they go very well with number 2s because number 2s, of course, they are, you know, also very they are giving, assisting, feminine, you know, so they go very well with the number 9. They understand them better. And they're more practical, so they can keep them a little bit grounded. And the number 6, because it's very intuitive and they go very well together. And with the number 3, because the number 3 is magical. So number 3 and number 9 together can be really, really a very good match. So these are the numbers. These are the meanings of the numbers and the compatibilities. If you understand the numbers and what they mean, then you can really understand for yourself who goes well with whom. All right. Now, let's do a little bit of a workshop, a small workshop, to remove inner obstacles and to visualize the right relation, the right future, the right purpose, the right life, not the business life. Today, it's not about business, it's about compatibility, right? So we're going to do a very quick workshop. All right, so close your eyes, relax, and close your eyes, and I want you to imagine and sit comfortably, right? So I want you to imagine that you have a very shiny, very bright white screen in front of you. And on that white screen, I want you to start placing all the events, all the negative emotions of all the trauma of your life in relationships. Every time that you've been told that, first of all our, expectations of our parents, that our companion has to be like this and like that. This is one very important thing, because we want to please our parents. We want to please them. We want them to love us, right? We want to please our siblings. We want to please our friends. So they expect something from us that so we reject what is not appreciated usually in our environment, or we react to it. So we go to the opposite. So let's put all these expectations of others on the screen. And if you don't remember events, you can just imagine the words expectations of others, on the screen. And just leave it there. Don't think about it. Leave it. Because if you think about it, you take it back in your aura. So then after you put expectations of others, think in when you were a little child, were you rejected by someone? Did something traumatic happen that you felt humiliated? You were so ashamed. It doesn't have to be in relation to love. It can be something making you feel, humiliated, like peeing in your pants when you're a little child, and being embarrassed, something like that. So put that on the screen. Then put the word humiliation on the screen. Public humiliation. Being laughed at by classmates. Being blocked and not know the class, the lesson, and being embarrassed. Put shame and guilt. Put shame and guilt for not being able to please your parents on the screen. Put your first heartbreak, disappointment on the screen. And the second. I have many. I don't know if you have any, but try to remember some heartbreaks of your life and put them one by one on the screen. Just leave them there and think of the next one. Let's do this for a while. And go progressively from primary school to high school. I mean, I've had 3 rejections in primary school. So that's a lot. All right, let's heartbreaks. Okay, let's put them all there. Then we go a bit older, after 12 years old, 11 years old, until we graduate from high school. Any very unpleasant incidents, any kind of abuse, put it on the screen. Put the words low self-esteem, unworthiness, any shame for not being like others. Put it on the screen. We're all unique. We cannot compare with others. It's a vain effort to try to look like others. Now, after that, perhaps you went to university or straight to work. Think of disappointments. Or if you've been married and you had a bad marriage, put all your trauma and pain, your disappointment on the screen. Put all the relationships you have had until today, all the negative parts, whatever has not worked. Perhaps you've only had one relationship, but then you can think of negative moments and just put them on the screen. All the pain and the disappointment. Now, I want you to put on the screen all your negative self-image, whatever the physical part, all right, the body. First, think of your hair. Whatever you don't like, if there is something you don't like, right? Of course, you may like everything about yourself. But if there is something you don't like about your hair, put it on the screen. I love my hair, for example. Although it's brown, it's normal. I have nothing to put there. Put everything about your skin. You don't like your skin on the screen. Your dislike of your skin. Don't put your skin on this screen. Your dislike. Any part of your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your teeth, your ears, your forehead, your chin, your cheeks, whatever you don't like, the shape of your face, the shape of your skull, your neck, whatever you don't like about your head, put it on the screen. Your dislike about your own self. This is really heavy. We should love every part of us. Now, think of your torso. Do you like your body? Do you think you're not exercised enough? You're not muscular enough? If you don't like your body as it is, put the dislike on the screen. Whatever you don't like, think about it and just put it on the screen. You know, the dislike of it, not your body. Then put your whatever you don't like about your arms, your fingers, your nails, your legs, your knees, all your reproductive organs, your calves, your legs, your toes, your toenails. Put everything that you don't like about your body on the screen. Now, I want you to put on the screen everything you don't like about your emotions. Like, for example, anger. You get angry sometimes, you get irritable. Put it right. Irritability. Put the word irritability, anger on the screen and leave it there. Put low self-esteem. I'm not clever enough. I'm not intelligent enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not witty enough. I'm not profound enough. You know, I'm not enough profound, deep. I'm not educated enough. I'm not cultured enough. I don't know enough about the contemporary scene, art scene. All feelings of inferiority in relation to the education and culture, put it on the screen and leave it there. Now think about your hatred, self-hatred, all your self-hatred, put it on the screen, self-loathing, self-hatred. Why all this? Why didn't you do this? Why did you make this mistake? Why didn't you do everything right? Why aren't you rich enough? Why aren't you intelligent enough? Why aren't you successful? Why didn't you make all this? Why did you make all these mistakes? Why? All this self-reproach, criticism, excessive self-criticism, and self-loathing, self-hatred. Whatever you don't like about yourself, put it on the screen. Put your anger toward yourself on the screen. If you want to understand what anger toward yourself means, then whatever doesn't allow you to be loving, sweet to every cell of your body, to cuddle yourself and love every part of your body, that whatever is keeping you tense, tension in your muscles, tension in your cells, that is anger. Put it for yourself. Put it on the screen. Put anger toward others quickly. We will not, today it's for us. Just put anger toward others on the screen quickly. Anger toward mother, anger toward father, anger toward sisters, brothers, anger toward ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, current boyfriend, current girlfriend, current wife, anger toward children, anger toward pets, anger toward the world, toward the governments, toward the crisis, anger toward whatever has taken from the world its sweetness and beauty, anger. Put it there, but mainly anger toward yourself. And now put on the screen fear. Write the word fear, big black letters, put them on the screen, fear. Your fear of being alone all your life, your fear of being homeless, your fear of being poor, of losing everything, your fear of not succeeding in your goals, your fear of dying alone, your fear of living alone, your fear of being sick, your fear of having to undergo terrible torture, of being arrested, of war, of anything ridiculous that we've been told that can happen to us, of aliens, of zombies, of horrible things, whatever horrible, all these things that are hoaxes that we hear, online, um, of dictatorship, of losing our freedom in any way, of not being able to speak freely, of not being able to go out, fear of being sick and invalid, fear of operations, of amputations. It's not nice to think about these, but just put them on the screen and leave them there. Fear of sharks, fear of whatever you're afraid of, spiders, fear of dying. We don't die, so there's nothing to fear there. Fear of the way you will die, fear of horrible deaths. Just let go, put it on the screen. Fear of fire, fear of flood, fear of earthquake, fear of war, fear of nuclear war. That's nothing to be afraid of. The Christ said he will never allow another nuclear war. So or a world war. So we don't have to fear that. So put all that on the screen. And now put your depression as well. Sadness, melancholy, depression, anxiety, stress, all your negative, sad emotions, whatever makes you sad, put it on the screen. Sometimes we like melancholy. Don't, this is not a good habit. Better put it on the screen. Now, I want you to imagine that a very thick blue paint covers the screen entirely from above. It covers it from the front, to the back, to the sides and underneath and closes it, and it dries. So I want you to raise your hands physically, raise your hands, raise them high, and grab the screen. Grab it, get it, and pull it down and make it small, just make it a small ball. Do that. It really is happening. And now I want you to imagine that next to you, I mean, I have a bucket of salt water, but you can imagine that you have um, a cauldron of fire, right? And I want you to crumble this and put it in one hand, and you hold it in one hand, and you say to it that I don't need you anymore. You've been useful because I came here to learn from all these problems, but I don't need you anymore. And I want you to disconnect from this, and throw it in the cauldron, the imaginary cauldron of fire, in the barrel of fire. Throw it there and cut again. Disconnect 2-3 times so that you're disconnected. It's not here anymore. Just be sure that it's not in your hands, just like that. Okay, disconnect. Good. That's lighter. Okay, now I want you to lie back, to relax, and to envision another kind of screen now. I want you to visualize a golden screen of very fine golden light. It is like a very beautiful early morning or a beautiful afternoon, the light of that very large screen. And in that large screen, I want you to imagine yourself walking from behind at the beach. You're wearing summer trousers for the beach. Perhaps you have your trousers rolled up and you're barefoot. Or you're wearing Bermudas, but you are walking barefoot on the sand. You're wearing a nice t-shirt, a bit loose, and you are there's a slight breeze, and you're walking, and next to you, to your left, there is someone else walking with you, next to you. But you're seeing both of you from the back. You don't see the face of the person. Now I want you to visualize the person. It doesn't matter which gender. I mean, this is the gender that you want your companion to be. And I want you to really allow yourself the freedom in this visualization to be 100% with an open heart to whatever you really want. This is private. This is within you. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows what you want. So I want you to visualize that you're walking on the beach with someone next to you. Perhaps it's to your right. Perhaps you prefer someone to your right, as you prefer. And you're walking side by side, both of you barefoot. There's a slight breeze going through your hair. And you're walking, looking ahead and talking. You can see from the back yourself. It's a lovely image. It's a long beach and you're walking and talking. And this is your companion. If you're married, then just see who you're with and imagine, remember the first look you ever exchanged. The first look. And just follow the visualization and this feeling that you are renewed. There are ways to renew your relationship. So look at yourself from the back, walking on that beach. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful summer day. The world is peaceful. There is no drama. The war in Gaza has ended, the war in Ukraine has ended. It's everything is normal, back to normal. And economies are getting better. Everything is better. And actually, there's starting to be a booming situation where everybody's starting to feel more confident about the future. New opportunities have come because, there are years for everything, and there are some years when we will have amazing rewards that we don't expect now. So you are in that beautiful golden period, having left all the past behind. Things change in a day. If you're single, then perhaps you met this life partner and all the horizon opened, and then so many new things happen. I want you to remember a time when you thought that there is a little space in your life for someone. But then when you met them and there was chemistry, then life became huge. Life became amazing. And there's so many things you wanted to do with this person. So I want you to imagine that you're walking with this person side by side, and that then you stop and look at them. I don't want you to see their face or anything characteristic, just the feeling. You look at them, or you can see the eyes. You look at them and you hold their hands in your hands. And there is so much communication there. And then you hold hands and you keep walking. And you glance at each other again and smile. I want you to feel what it is like to be with someone with whom you're in an amazing relationship. Are you having an amazing communication? Is it the way that you talk to each other is great? You're compatible. You look up to them. They're beautiful human beings. Do you have this intense desire when you're with them? You're in love and you want to make love with them. You wake up in the middle of the night wanting to hold them or to make love with them again. Or you take a road trip in silence, listening to music, and you glance at each other once in a while and smile, and you're so happy. You want the same things. What are these things that you both want? These things are not about the others. They're not about being seen by the others or being perceived by the others. Don't think of things like being a perfect couple in the eyes of others, having the perfect home, having the perfect car, and all that. Don't go into a materialistic direction at all. What is it that you want from a relationship? What is it that will make you happy, even in a tiny house, in nature with this person? What would make you happy with a person? That's what I want you to think of. And then, of course, you can think of your home together. I want you to visualize your home together, where you are together. And I want you to enter mentally this home and see how beautiful it is. And that the other person is in the kitchen or in the bathroom. And you're so happy knowing they're there. And you're making a couple of teas or drinks for you to drink together and to sit and relate your day to each other. Now, I want you to just keep in your heart the kind of relationship you want, the kind of person you want. You know, we have to be compatible with the other. There has to be some compatibility. There has to be common ideology. You will believe in the same things. You will want the same things. And they will be tender. They will be more loving toward humanity, toward animals, toward everything. So they will open your heart as well. Now I want you to inhale slowly all that golden energy from that golden screen. I want you to inhale it in every cell of your body with abdominal breathing, with your abdomen. And breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and then hold. And let it resonate in every cell of your body. And exhale, exhale, exhale. And as you exhale, all the last clouds of discontent and low self-esteem and loneliness are coming out, or self-hatred, trauma, coming out of your aura. And now I want you to inhale again. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale as much as you want and as much as you can of that golden screen. And I want you to hold your breath and let it resonate in every cell of your body. Every cell of your body is being informed about the kind of life you want. That is the kind of life, a life of relationship. And then I want you to exhale. And as you exhale, golden rays of light fill up your entire aura, your room, your home, your street, your neighborhood, your city, your country, the earth, informing everyone of who you are and what you want. And now I want you to breathe in one more time. Breathe in all the golden light, all the golden moments. Breathe in, inhale, inhale with your abdomen, filling up your abdomen. Inhale. And I want you to hold. And then I want you to exhale, exhale, exhale. And as you exhale, you're exhaling this energy to the past, to the present, and to the future. Now, I want you to open your eyes slowly. Well, I hope that you had this idea of how you want your relationships to be. And the most important thing in life is love. So many times I say to myself, no, I want my book to be a success. I want this collection of paintings to be sold. I want this project to be done. These are my priorities. And then I will find a life partner. But it's not like this. The most important thing is love, because when you have love, then everything changes. You don't need to be doing all these things anymore. Things happen by themselves. The energies are, when our heart chakra opens, then all the chakras are energized. And then whatever we really want finds the energy for that. In reality, when we really love, we're in union with our soul. Unless it's a sexual love, and it's only about sex and passion and obsession, this kind of relationships, then that's not union with the soul exactly, but it's with a lower soul, let's put it this way, not with a higher soul. But love makes us better people, and it gives us a lot of energy in order to manifest whatever we want. So it's really the number one thing in our lives. So I hope you enjoyed this workshop, and thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. And I will send the recording out to everyone who didn't make it. And from my heart to your heart, I wish you to find whatever you desire, whatever is good for you. Take care. Bye.